As promised in my previous video, here I am with an investment idea that has less to no risk at all. And that's none other than mutual funds. What are mutual funds and how do they work? Those are the two questions I'm answering today. So keep watching. What are mutual funds? Well, just like the word mutual funds is when a group of people bring a pool of money together, entrust it with financial expert to invest it with a mutual goal, which is making money, of course, earning interest. And before you raise your eyebrows, mutual funds are not a get-rich-quick scheme, and they don't operate in a pyramid kind of way whereby you're required to find a certain number of people to invest behind you, blah blah blah. No. That is not how mutual funds work. In fact, with mutual funds, you don't even need to know your core investors. And what you need to know as a person is what product you're investing in and how much you're entitled to earn at the end of the day. Basically, that's it. That is how mutual funds work. And you don't need to worry about all the other things. Why? That is why you need the financial experts. That is their job to worry about that. So the whole how is the market climate and all that, unless you want to do it personally, then you can go ahead and research, find out what is working best in the market and all that. But if you're somewhat lazy like me, you can just entrust the financial experts to do that part, and all you need to do is wait for your monthly statement and check how much you've earned, and that's it. Well, the beauty with mutual funds is that they operate on compound interest. And by that, I mean, when you invest a certain amount of money and it earns interest, if you don't withdraw, your interest will also start earning interest for you. Hence the term, your money working for you. I mean, that's the beauty of compound interest. So, how do mutual funds work? Well, before I go into that, disclaimer, I am not a financial expert and I just share what I know and what has worked for me. So if you're interested in investing in this, I would advise you look out for a financial expert so they can give you more information other than this, because this video is short anyway. I'm actually just going to demonstrate how mutual funds work using a mutual funds calculator document. The figures are not going to be exact, but they will give you a rough estimate. They'll show you a rough estimate of how this thing works. And from there, you can decide whether you would like to pursue, investing in mutual funds or not, which is all okay. Yeah. When it comes to money matters, it is all about trying here and there. I saw this is how mutual funds work. And as you can see from this mutual funds calculator document, like I mentioned earlier, it gives rough estimates. So as you can see here, the interest rate is at 12%. Before we get even there, these are the main parts. These are the main things you have to look at. As you can see here, we have the amount invested, which we shall put here. We have the monthly top-ups, which I'll explain later on, and then find return, which is the 11% I mentioned earlier. So when you come here, this gives you monthly projections according to the 11% that we have here. And then when we come this side, it will give you annual projections. Let's say, for instance, you invested 5 million and the annual return is at 11%. As you can see, your monthly projections would be like 46,000. And yes, I know the interest might seem little or less, but remember, if you just have that money on an account, you're not earning any interest on your monthly. So keep that in mind. So as you can see here, you earning a 46, the next month you have a 92, the next month a 139. Yeah, and then when we come to the annual projections, if you didn't touch your 5 million, the second year you will have a 6.23. That is without adding any other coin on your 5 million. The third year you would have 6.9. The fourth year 7.7. But the gist here is, if you decide to invest in this and then dedicate yourself to up a certain amount of money on your investment on a monthly basis, let's say for instance 100,000 on a monthly basis, your investment completely changes. As you can see here, it turns into a 5.146 because of the increment you'll be topping up on a monthly basis. And like I mentioned, this is a rough estimate. If you dedicate yourself to save 100,000 on a monthly, by the end of the year, you would have topped up your investment by 1.2, which is quite good. As you can see, the increment of your 100,000 appears there on a monthly basis. So if you continue doing that faithfully, by the end of year 2, you'd have yourself 8.9. By the end of year 3, you would have yourself 11.2, roughly. But also, if you cannot afford to top up 100,000 on a monthly basis, it's okay. But just look at the beauty of compound interest. If you just invested 5 million and at the end of 10 years, you'd have yourself 15 million shillings. Think about that. Without lifting a finger, you just sat back, you relaxed, and after 10 years, your money has worked for you and you have your 15M. I mean, that's interest of 10 million. So at the end of the month, you might earn 46,000. But that 46,000 is accumulated on a daily basis. So you might be thinking, for me, I have little money, I have like 3M or 2M. Let's reduce this. Let's make this one 2M. We've all got to start where we are, right? So let's say it's 2M. You have your 2 million on your account and you're wondering what to invest in, or you could be saving up to buy property. You can invest it, and on a monthly you can earn your 18,000. I mean, this is way far much better than just having your money on an account doing nothing. And if you have your 2 million and maybe you dedicate yourself to top up a 50,000 on a monthly basis, I mean just 50,000, which you can take to Javas and have a meal. Yeah, deposit that 50,000 on your investment account. Imagine how that changes. Your interest would increase and your investment also grows. So as you can see here, at the end of the year, because you topped up that 600,000, you'd have earned yourself 869,000. If you decide to do that for a while, within 2 years, you'd have this. Within 10 years, about 16 million. You see? Just start where you are. Well, that's a summary of what mutual funds are and how they work. If you have any further questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'll be glad to answer them. Or if you prefer being private, you can inbox me and I'll still be able to answer them. Thank you for watching. In my next video, I'll share the advantages or the pros of investing in mutual funds.